That one had to feel good, right?
Yeah, feels good to win, and feels good to have a complete game effort, with our team. So, yeah.
So you were pleased with how you guys responded to the adversity you guys have faced recently?
Yeah, it hasn't been easy, right? I mean, it's really, we haven't played that great recently. And, yeah, it's humbling when you don't play good and you're not playing good and you're not taking care of details. And then the game humbles you pretty severely, which is what's happened to us. And so, it's a good, bright moment today, but, I mean, I think I can pretty safely say that, it was a bright moment today, and these guys, you know, they when you get humbled pretty good, um, it doesn't go away that quick. So, yeah.
So like having Grayson to step up there in the midst of a 3-game losing streak and be that ace, be that stopgap there.
Well, I mean, he's tremendous, right? He's a great competitor. That's why he gets the accolades. And he pitched well again tonight. Friday night win. Grayson's been a rock for us.
It's finally got some good weather, wind blowing out, 5 home runs today. Just from the offensive attack standpoint, how do you feel like you guys executed out there?
Kids played really well. They were on the ball. They were on time. They played really well, and they hit really well today.
You got a lot of production all through the lineup. Some guys in the bottom part of the lineup taking really good at bats, even if they didn't have the power of anyone else. So what's it feel like in the dugout when this team's firing on all cylinders like it was today?
Pretty special. It's a special group, and they know they are. It's up to us as coaches to really keep them guided. And I don't think I've done a great job of keeping them very well guided and directed, and I take ownership of that.
Grayson was able to work out of a couple different jams today with multiple guys on. What did he do well to escape those?
Well, he continued to throw the ball over the plate, right, make good pitches, and then he got tremendous defense, specifically from, I think it was the 4th inning, first and second situation, to their catcher, left-hand hitting catcher that, in an 0-2 count absolutely scalds one. A low line drive there to Garrotti, who makes a tremendous pick, and a tag on the guy going to third. They reviewed it, and we won the review. That was an absolute critical play in that game, and all the way down to last inning when the kid hit that blur to Ryan Cooney and he picked that ball. That is a tremendous play. I don't know how hard that ball was hit. It was really hard, and he made a tremendous pick on that in between hop to get the lead out at second base. I mean, the defense was really good.
You said it's kind of the struggles. What kind of consistency has Mason brought at the top of that lineup?
Well, he's been really good, and I think that's why he's on the Golden Spikes watch list right now.
So you haven't guided the team as well as you should. What kind of goes in the process for you to change that in the second half of the year?
Well, I won't go too deep into that. That's stuff that we handle at practice, but it's a young group of experience, right? From an experience standpoint, it's young, and so the people that are old, and so that would be me and my staff. People that are old, or the old players, acting like it and leading and guiding, it's the most valuable thing. And despite whatever efforts that we threw out there or whatever, it wasn't good enough, and that's ultimately my responsibility. And so I take that really. It's a heavy burden, and it's a burden that I'm lucky to have because it's an awesome feeling to be a head coach at the University of Oregon. I've got great pride in this school. I think kids should want to come to the University of Oregon, whether they're athletes or just students. It's an awesome place, and when we feel like we're not doing as good a job as we can, that's something that really hurts, and it digs deep in us.
So it's a single season Grand Slam record with his 3rd today. It's just how much has his bat meant to this lineup? And obviously he can hit the home runs, but in the first inning he took that double to the opposite field and stung that one. Just what did his bat mean to this lineup?
Well, and the walk that he took on the 97-mile-an-hour lefty at the end of the game was an advanced walk. I don't know. Nobody's as good as Dom Hellman, in my opinion. When his mind's right, boy, he's as good as they get. He's a pro hitter when he's at the top of his game. There's no doubt.
Would you think Parker is just another source of offense for this team?
He's a kid we've really wanted to get healthy, right? And he showed us pretty amazing stuff in all of our work, and yet he just hasn't been able to get healthy to be on the field. He had a good day today. I love the kid. He's a great kid. He's had to really work to get on the field. A lot of time with Cody Peterman, our athletic trainer, and he's invested to to being a great player. He's an awesome kid and a really, really good hitter. And I think, fans haven't seen him quite yet just because he hadn't been healthy. And now they're starting to see him a little bit. And I think you're really going to be impressed with him the more you see him.
Michigan kept rolling out righty after righty. What kind of advantage does it give you having so many lefty bats in your dugout?
Well, it doesn't give you much advantage if your lefties are pulling off the ball and they're hitting like amateurs. And, that's the responsibilities of the coaches to make sure that the kids aren't swinging that way. So the things that the fans see, even the most common fan, when they look like, our guys are looking like they're swinging for the fences and pulling off the ball and doing things fundamentally incorrect, that's something that the coaches need to do a better job of making sure that we're not seeing that, because we see it. And even if we say we're working on it, it's our job to get them right. And, so tomorrow will be another challenge. Let's get them right again tomorrow. We got them right for one day, and we'll look forward to a challenge tomorrow to get them right tomorrow.
In that third inning, you were talking with the umpire there. What was that about? You went out to the first base umpire after the inning ended too.
It's not worth getting into. It was talking about the weather, I guess.